Hey, good morning. Today is Creatives Club Day, and I'll be going there shortly. Got a haircut and my lip gloss. Anyway, and I got stuff all over my hands. I probably just smeared it everywhere. Anyway, um, it's Creatives Club Day today, and I'll be going there shortly, and I'm going to continue my Inktober up there. It's just the other end of the street. But I thought we'd paint a little. Doing a little the things I like to do so good. They're just fun and relaxing to do, and I doodle things out, and sometimes they turn out to be things I like, and sometimes they're like, well, wasted that piece of paper. I do have my palette that I usually, my glass palette that I usually use, and yes, it's a mess. I haven't cleaned it off, but we're not talking about mixing the colors today because we talked about that last time. So I will say that I position them I put out the way I usually use them. I mix a little bit of blue and brown to make that dark color that's not quite black, but it uses a black. I put white centrally, and just smear it, wherever I need it to be. And I had a little brown off by itself and a little, just because sometimes I like to add other colors to just the brown to make tones. But that's what it usually looks like. Now, I don't know what it says, that I'm the one that put the lid on my regular container of paint thinner, my little baby food jar, and I can't get it off. I don't think I'm weak, but maybe I'm weak. But I couldn't get that off. So this is not water, which I rarely drink water out of these anyway. But I have my paint thinner in here. Set that over there. Have me some paper towels to the side here. I'm gonna try with these brushes I was working with, but I put them up without cleaning them properly. I don't do that a lot, but I did this time. Now, I wrapped them up in a latex glove so that I could clean them. They wouldn't completely dry out. And I'll get these cleaned later today. We'll try using them right now. If not, I have plenty of other brushes. I'm definitely not lacking in brushes. I'm gonna get me a little sky. The other day I had the thought, does it really need yet another tree painting? Oh, we have so many tree paintings. And I thought to myself, does the world need that? But you know what? I paint what I'm feeling like painting, Sometimes I think, artists paint things for different reasons. Sometimes there's just something in you that has to get out. Sometimes those emotions are really pretty, and sometimes they're not so pretty. Sometimes you paint things because you need to feel something peaceful and happy because there's so much, so much heaviness in your life. I would even say, the art you create may be different than the art you collect. I painted several large paintings recently because I needed things that felt peaceful around me. And I haven't decided. They may actually go. I'll leave them here for the studio for the artist tour. Um, Plug artist tour October 25th and 26th. Come see me. But I'll leave them here at the studio for the artist tour. But I think they may go. At least a couple of them may go back to the house with me because I just want that peaceful feeling. They're large. If you have a large home with large walls, large spaces to feel, that's the kind of art that they are. I tend to paint big or little, tiny or giant, or not giant, but large, although giant's in the making. I tend to paint. I took a workshop recently with a friend. I wish I could remember the name of the type of painting we were doing, but the man that was directing it, he came by and he said, "You paint large, don't you? You paint big?" And I said, "Yeah, I do a lot. Not always, but a lot." And I thought, that's I just tend to like to get, at a very large canvas and make very broad strokes with a brush, with a palette knife in particular, and with my hands. I'm really loving connecting with my hands, just to be honest with you. It's a thing right now for me, to connect to the canvas, just with my hands. Now, I'll be honest with you, that's not a thing I do it with gloves on. Part of me wants my bare hands on it, and I'm thinking of seeking out some paint that's organic and non-toxic and safe for me to put my hands straight in and just, paint that way. We'll see. Okay, let's get. Oh, here's a hair. One of my dark hairs. I don't have many of those left. Thought I got it, but I didn't. What do I do with my pepper tails? Oh, got too much paint on that one. Let's see. This is oil paint that I'm using. A lot of people think my littles are watercolor because I thin them down and kind of use them like watercolors. But that is not what they are. I haven't tried to do littles with acrylic. I've done some small watercolor paintings, but not what I call my littles. But they really are, I guess, the same thing. Got looking at one on the wall right now. I'd like me a little purple. Fall's my favorite season. I know it is for many people, but it's lovely. The temperature is beautiful. The trees are beautiful. I love fall. So I paint fall trees quite a bit. In particular, I paint a particular tree. It's Pando. It's in Utah. It's an aspen. It's just a golden, beautiful yellow tree, and there's like thousands of these trees, except it's all one tree. That's what fascinated me. I seen on KT is where it was doing like the world's largest this and smallest that, and there was just lots of things. But at the time, the largest known organism was Pando, which was this tree. And it's not one tree, except it is one tree. It looks like thousands and thousands of trees, but it's just one tree. And that fascinated me. I've not gone and seen it yet, but I paint this aspen tree all the time, and it really is a very, very golden, beautiful tree. Sometimes I stick some orange in it, which I've not seen it in person, but you know, all the articles I've read and pictures I've looked at, I only see it golden. Today I feel like there's going to be a little orange in my trees, or maybe a better color to say that I'm going to put in there is kind of a very deep yellow with, you know, a little burnt properties to it. And I'm realizing that I have no idea where I've got so many palette knives. And right now I'm kind of going, where's my palette knife? Let's see if I have a palette knife down in here. Sorry about that, I'm back. I may not have a palette knife down there. That's okay. It's no problem. You can mix your paint with a brush easily enough. I have things scattered about because I've been taking things here and taking things there. I do typically use a palette knife when I mix these colors and when I do the trees. But that's okay. It's no problem, because you know what? This is just for fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm likely to stick a price tag on it if anybody wants my for fun art, but I don't get bent. In fact, I don't get bent about much. I do some things. You know, I can't help but get a little bent about, but for the most part, I'm pretty chill. And if I don't have what I'm looking for right at the minute, I've been separating my things out from what I have that I take on the go and what I have here. I know where my palette knife is. Oh goodness, I said I knew. I might have been. I might have been. I have several And I'm separating things out from what I have here and what I have at the studio office at the house. And then I'm putting together what I take on the go, which, I'll use this one. It's a little big for my little, but anyway. Because I'm tired of like, oh, I have, this is here and this is there, and I need this here and I need this there, and blah blah blah, and then I end up not having things where I need them. So, I decided I would go through all my things and kind of start putting together, hey, I make sure I have this at all three, in whatever medium or whatever, like this color particularly, and then these types of brushes, a palette knives particularly. I'm gonna have to make it for all the stuff I have, and have so much stuff. I'm gonna have to make me up a little to-go order. Um, Gonna have to know that I have the base things I want to have at every place, and it's not a lot, it's truly not a whole lot, but I guess I find I go back to certain things real often. And I just want to make sure I have them with places. So I did some of that, and I was sitting here couldn't find it. That's because I just brought it back. I have it. I'm rearranging in here. I have a new easel coming that I'm very excited about, because often that I have some things I do on paintings that I want to lay them flat for part of it, and I usually get in the floor for that. I've had a table in here, like a large 6-foot table, and anyway, I decided put me some tree in here now, some I literally just decided there's a big one going right there. Because you could do that. You could do that with your art. Mm-hmm. And because I decided to put a couple of trees in that I didn't have some more just leaves on before, I had to put me some more in there. That's just fine. Bob and I say it's just fine. No. it sounds like I'm just hitting that, I am. Making with this giant palette knife. It's not giant, but you know. Okay. Let's give this a little bit of here and there branches. I don't get carried away with that. That's not see, my knife is so long that it crossed over. I don't even care. You know, it's all right. Sometimes nature's pretty messy. Art is definitely messy. Now you could clean your brush out real good or get a clean brush. And if you put some paint somewhere you didn't particularly want it, you could just lift it right out. I mean, it may not be exactly like you never got that dollop there, but there we go. No, that's what I needed to see. Now, I take a little piece of Pertel. And just get some of that out. No problem. Now, this looks like I'm getting this paint all over me, but I'm actually not. All my stuff's covered in loose charcoal because I want all the mediums. So, let's see. Now I'd like me to have, let's just use this. I'd like to have me some fairly light yellow. So I'll be heavy on the white here. And I think I would like me some yellow. So let's just, does it look white? I want a light yellow, but I don't want it to look white against the rest of this. And it did. I just decided that I want to lighten up just a little bit of my trees here or there. So I'm taking the color I made with the blue and brown. Putting a little white in it. And you may find that pop up to have quite a bit of blue in it when you do it. To be honest with you, that really doesn't bother me now. Some people be like, the tree's not blue. Well, you know, my trees can be blue. Your trees can be blue. You can do whatever you want to. You know, do whatever you want to. All right. Now, that makes me a little happier. as I dot this lighter color in here and there. Put me a little bird up here. Actually, it's a big bird. It's a buzzard. And yes, my trees are a little wild and messy. Sometimes trees are wild and messy. I sign my artwork with a circle. Well, usually it's a blue circle, not always, but usually. I'll stick a little blue circle somewhere on my painting. And that's because, well, one of the things you don't consider when you start doing art is, you're going to sign that. And, well, most of the time, sometimes I forget. But anyway, usually you sign your art, and I forget sometimes to sign it. But I found that I would sign it. I started out with R.D. Gillum, and because that's how I tend to sign everything. Well, it is how I sign everything. And that I was like, well, that doesn't seem right for some reason. So then it was just Rhonda, and that didn't seem right. I mean, it's me, but it didn't seem right. And then I just did RG, and that didn't do it. And then one day, I just was like, I think it's a circle. If I have a black and white painting, sometimes I put my little blue circle on the side, or if I have a painting where, I might just use the colors I've used in the painting and not use the blue circle. But by and large, I use the blue circle. It's just me, and it feels right to me. It felt right to me. And I can't really explain why signing my art with a blue circle felt right to me, but it just did. It just felt like what I should do. So here's just some pando tree. Thank you.